안녕하세요, 여러분. Tony입니다. Hello, everyone. It's Tony. I am back today with you guys with another boy group that I have actually never actually reacted to, never actually listened to. This is actually giving me my first ever time reacting to these guys as well as listening to their music. This one being ELAST, which their special release titled Dangerous. Very, very interested in learning more about this group. I realized that they kind of came out around 2019, I believe. That's what I looked up. They previously were E-Boys and now they're ELAST, which is cool. It's a little bit of a name change. I actually prefer this name. Very interested to see what these guys are bringing to the table. They have actually previously released a few other music videos. I looked on their YouTube channel. Haven't checked those out. Let me know though, what would you recommend for me to watch? Because I'm very interested in learning a bit more about these guys for sure. Because I got a quick snippet of this and actually it sounds really fire. So without further ado, guys, let's get into Dangerous. Let's go. Ooh. It feels like the opening feels like when you're in like the jungle, you see those movies in the jungle and then there's like the like cobras or whatever, like that kind of setting. It's setting it to be like a little bit like thriller-esque a bit. Fa- wow. I wasn't expecting that. There was like a cracking noise and it sounded really ominous, but then they get it. Interesting. There's some background. They duplicated his vocal tone. Wow, look at his eyes. Very nice two vocalists starting off. Kind of like high hitting notes. Very clean, very high. And it still feels like it fits. It feels kind of like almost, I would say, like female temptressy. It has that kind of like sexualness, that like sensualness in this song. But there's still that kind of like underlying tone of kind of like a kind of like lion in the jungle type of background style sound feeling. Ooh. Ooh. There's a bit more like street poppiness now. Oh, okay, okay. The rapping was very clean. Now we're going into like, okay. Ooh, that's a god. Okay. Okay. Dangerous. They are like a caged animal and they are dangerous. 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 Okay, before we get into this deep voice here, which is probably gonna be crazy and really impressive, I need to talk about the chorus a bit, I think. The chorus is actually very surprising. So the entire overall musicality of this group, this song at least from what I'm hearing, very kind of like high tone vocals, very cool, a bit funky, a bit different, rapping very clean. But even with rapping, he does some nice high notes, I think. Okay, so the portion here, very clean transition. Like that was just really clean, very kind of like just drop the bass. That kind of is a really defining like difference because when you think about this portion of the chorus or like maybe it's a pre-chorus, this has that kind of like almost nostalgic K-pop 2000s vibe. Has like that retro vibe. Has a bit more of like the shininess I feel like that the older school K-pop songs have, but they're meshing it now with say like this. See now even here it sounds a bit also kind of like retro-esque. It sounds a bit older school, but they have like a modern take on it still. Very interesting in this entire kind of like musicality of this. The dancing is on point. Yo! See, because like this underlying beat is very kind of like poppy, modern, I would say. The bum 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 boom. But they add kind of like tones to it that make it a bit more, I say, retro-esque, which is cool. Here they just keep it very neutral. Look at the dancing. Boom, boom. Oh, the bass came in. That's cool. So in the previous part, they had the bass be really deep, and now when you have him with the blue hair, they kind of like up the bass a bit. They made it a bit higher sounding, so to like really push forward his a bit higher voice. That's like a cool accentuation. Oh, the casual wig, cheeky. Definitely cool song. There's a lot of that's really impressive because if I'm correct, he was the one that rapped and he has some he's doing the high sustained vocal too. Man, vocalist and rap. Okay. Woo! Got a slow part. The harmony in the background. So we have a piano here. Piano and violin. Oh wow, the violin made such a huge impact here on that little transition. It really makes this part sound much grander and important. See, now the violin's picking up. Wow. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to just like cut out, but then go back into the chorus. It's a cool kind of play on what you're anticipating. They're cutting it out, and there was like this like almost like water droplet sound. Kind of like really makes you wonder what's about to happen. And then we have like a solo part, a slow, like a very like simple solo part, no like actual extra instrumental parts. And I love that right now they're transitioning into just more like violins, pianos, less of the poppy part stuff. Woo! Listen to these vocals, listen to these harmonies. See, here it makes it feel so much more modern. I don't know what the difference is. I think it's the addition of actually the background vocals being really high, going, oh, and then also I think there's an extra addition of actually some more like violins or something, and then there's like an extra kind of like underlying like electronic tone or just maybe a little bit of a poppy tone that they added in contrast to what we had before. Ah, yeah, it's a bit more like there's a bit more like pop elements in this, that's why. Oh, this dance never gets old. Dangerous. Oh. Yes, they dangerous. They dangerous. They are dangerous indeed. That was pretty cool. Honestly, this is my first time checking out ELAST, and Dangerous was really cool. It was really fun. It had those nostalgic kind of vibes to it with the beat and everything. And then even that part's like dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. It kind of reminds me of like those shows that I used to watch in like when I was a child, kind of like the more kind of not sure if I would say adult criminal, but kind of like those like type of older style shows. And even as I mentioned, this kind of like chorus has this essence of like an older school K-pop beat, a bit more of like the shiny aspect to it, like not the group shiny, but like the like feeling I get, like a sparkliness to it. But they have a really cool way of like combining it with like that transition for Dangerous to be more like bass heavy, a bit more kind of modern hip hop, and that comes to fruition especially at the end here where it sounds very different from the original portion of the actual end. Like just even that portion right there sounds so different from what we get from the actual. It just see here it sounds a bit like brighter. It's a very just like minute thing that I noticed, but I think that it definitely merits being like brought up because I think it definitely shows that this group has kind of like a diversity to their sound, a bit of a just like general like understanding of how they want to go about composing something, and it's really outside of the box. It's really cool, and I'm quite interested in seeing what this group has else to offer. So yeah, guys, as I mentioned, if you want to go check out anything else from Elasta, you should probably check it out on their music videos and their YouTube channel. But with that being said, if you want to recommend me, that's what I was probably getting to. Anything, leave it in the comment section below, or like let me know a bit about Elasta. I'd love to know a bit more about them because there's so many groups and I can't keep up with all of them. Would love to know some of your recommendations. What do you think of the group? Any like just cool Q&A facts or whatever, that'd be awesome to know. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. 감사합니다. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. With that being said, guys, this has been Tony. 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.